Local space astrology. Piscean here to bring it to you. Peace and love, let's talk about it. This is a compendium of directional and spatial techniques, horizon system, azimuth vectors, relocation resonance, original methods for power directions, place selection. So here is a prefatory scope, local space astrology, or we're just going to call it LSA for the rest of this video, projects the natal or event planets onto the LHS, local horizon system, of a chosen geographic location. Instead of the ecliptic longitude used in the standard natal chart, each body is expressed by its azimuth compass direction from true north and altitude height above or below the horizon. The resulting map reveals which directions carry which planetary energies from that place. This compendium presents classical local sphere principles, together with original extensions, directional resonance vectors, or DRV, horizon trigger windows, HGW, and a local space node integration protocol. It's supposed to say awesome. Techniques are offered for relocation, travel, planning, site selection, and spatial time and research. The sky is not only above us, it is also around us. Every direction carries a signature. Alright, so we're going to go over foundations of the local horizon system, constructing a local space chart, interpretation principles, directions, and altitudes, directional resonance vectors, horizon trigger windows, local space node integration, relocation, travel, and power directions, worked example and protocols. Appendix A is azimuth reference and cardinal meanings, and Appendix B is computational notes. There's also going to be a glossary of terms. With peace and love, it might not be the best heart, but I'm here to teach you this for free. If you look at any of my other videos, you'll see I've been doing this for quite a while. So, I'm going to begin with looking at the foundations of the LHS. And you see that the LHS is topocentric. It is defined by the observer's position on Earth. The fundamental planes and points are the horizon, the Great Circle, which is 90 degrees from the zenith. It divides visible sky from below Earth. The zenith is the point directly overhead. The nadir is the point directly underfoot. And we see meridian. There's a Great Circle passing through zenith, as well as nadir, as well as the north and south points. The azimuth angular distance measured clockwise from true north 0 degrees along the horizon. And altitude, angular height above, plus or below, subtract, minus the horizon. So we see below 90 degrees to above 90 degrees. And if that's the case, I've been saying everything wrong in a lot of my videos. I was like saying negative 90. So yeah, that's Mercury and Pisces. In local space work, the natal planets are transformed from equatorial or ecliptic coordinates into this azimuth altitude frame for a specific latitude, longitude, and usually the birth time or chosen moment. The chart is most often drawn as a circular compass with planets placed at their azimuths. And we see here a horizon system schematic showing you the zenith, the nadir, horizon line, and sample planetary altitudes. So zenith on top, nadir on the bottom. And we got the horizon. And I don't know if you guys can hear anything in the background of this video. I'm not even going to go into detail about what I currently have going on in my filming area, but I'll probably make a video about that in like an hour or something, I don't know. But stay tuned for that, because I have to kind of explain why I actually am scared to be where I'm at right now. But anyways, constructing a LSC, modern software or manual calculation via spherical trigonometry converts each planet's right ascension, which is RA, and declination or ecliptic longitude latitude into local azimuth and altitude for the target geographic coordinates. We see that the essential steps are to obtain planetary positions for the chosen time and equatorial coordinates, compute the local sidereal time and the hour angle of each body, apply the altitude azimuth transformation using the observer's latitude, plot each body on a 360-degree compass, rose at its azimuth, optionally note altitude for above below horizon status and strength. Bodies near the horizon, low absolute altitude, are often considered more active in directional work, and we see bodies near the zenith dominate the overhead theme of a location. Bodies near the nadir emphasize foundational or hidden currents. Next is interpretation principles, directions, and altitudes. So each cardinal and intercardinal direction carries traditional and modern associations that color the planetary energy projected into it. So you see the direction, azimuth, and the core themes. So north, 0 degrees, 360 degrees, azimuth, foundation, ancestry, cold, magnetic, long-term structure. East, 90 degrees, azimuth, initiation, dawn, new ventures, rising energy. South, 180 degrees, azimuth, visibility, expression, heat, life, culmination. You see west is 270 degrees, relationship, completion, descent, other people, closure. And northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, 45 degrees, etc. Blending qualities of the two flanking cardinals. A planet on the eastern horizon carries rising significance, on the western horizon setting or relational significance. And we see a high positive altitude emphasizes conscious visible expression. Negative altitude below horizon emphasizes unconscious internalized receptor and expression of that planetary principle in the given direction. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear any of this in the background, but if you do, this is evidence for my landlord, to be completely honest. Original technique 1 is directional resonance vectors, so a DRV is defined here as a combined azimuthal pull of two or more planets that lie within a narrow azimuth orb, typically lesser than 15 degrees when several bodies cluster in the same directional sector. The compass bearing becomes a high resonance corridor for the native or for the location. We see the procedure is to list all planetary azimuths, identify clusters, weight each cluster by planetary dignity, angularity, altitude near 0 degrees or 90 degrees, and a spectral relationship in the natal chart. Rank the resulting vectors. The strongest DRV indicates the most potent travel, relocation, or architectural orientation for the individual at that place. In the example application, a Sun-Jupiter-Uranus cluster at 75 degrees azimuth, ENE suggests that east-northeast movement or orientation amplifies expansion, opportunity, and breakthrough for that chart at the chosen location. Hold up, y'all. So sorry about that. So HDW. Because a local horizon is fixed for a given place while the sky rotates, transiting planets continually change the azimuth and altitude. A HDW occurs when a transiting planet crosses the local horizon, while altitude equals 0 degrees in a direction that coincides with the natal LSP, local space planet, or DRV. These windows function as spatial timing devices. The moment a transit rises or sets on a sensitive natal azimuth can mark the activation of that directional theme. Research applications include timing departures, contract signings, or the launch of location-dependent projects. The technique is especially powerful when the transiting body is also an aspect to the natal planet, whose azimuth it is crossing, creating a double resonance, celestial and local spatial. And then we have LSN as a local space node. A lunar node possess both ecliptic longitude and one transform local azimuth and altitude, integrating the nodal axes into the local space chart. Yields an evolutionary direction map. The north node azimuth indicates the compass bearing of growth and future development for that location. The south node azimuth indicates the direction of release, familiar patterns, or potential crises. When a major transit or progression activates the natal node azimuths in local space, the individual often experiences a directional call, a strong urge to move, travel, or reorient life toward or away from that bearing. Combining this with the nodal crisis correlation concepts developed in companion research allows spatial forecasting of collective and personal turning points. And let's see how many we have left here. Just a few more. 7, 8, 1, 2. Just a few more to go over. Okay. excuse me for one more second because my neighbor is actually going fucking insane. Alright, I am back. And we're gonna complete this video, goddammit. Besides his annoying ass, his fucking psychotic ass. Section 8, people. Relocation, travel, and power directions. So local space is one of the most practical relocation tools. After casting the local space chart for a candidate city or site, the practitioner examines which planets fall near the 4 angles of the local horizon, rising, setting, culminating, anti-culminating, whether benefics or malefics dominate the eastern initiatory or southern visibility sectors, the strongest directional resonance vectors and their life area correspondences, the azimuth of the north node relative to major terrestrial features, coasts, mountains, city center, etc. Travel in the direction of a strong needle Jupiter or Venus azimuth often correlate to its ease and opportunity. Travel toward a heavily aspected Saturn or Pluto azimuth may bring necessary but demanding restructuring. The map is not fatalistic. It describes the quality of experience available in each direction from the chosen place. And here we see sample local space compass, illustrative azimuths. Illustrative local space compass planets are placed at their azimuths. Clusters indicate directional resonance vectors. Alright, work the example in protocols. Protocol for a complete local space analysis, cast the natal chart and convert all bodies, including nodes, to azimuth altitude for the birth location and for any candidate relocation sites. Identify the strongest ERVs in the nodal azimuths. Know which planets are near the local horizon or meridian. For timing, scan upcoming transits that will cross those same azimuths at the chosen place. Integrate findings with conventional relocation techniques for multi-layered spatial picture. Test recommendations empirically keep a directional journal of travel and location outcomes. The methods are research tools. Results improve with careful attention to both celestial and terrestrial contexts. So Appendix A. Azimuth reference and cardinal meanings. Quick reference azimuth sectors and expanded thematic keywords used in local space delineation. We see the sectors. So I've got north, northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, and northwest. And look at the azimuth range. And we also see the expanded themes. So sector for north is root, elder, stillness, strategy, magnetic attraction in winter. Northeast is preparation, study, emerging insight, threshold energy. East is beginnings, assertion, sunrise, new enterprises, and youth. Southeast is growth, momentum, social expansion, early success. South is full expression, reputation, heat, leadership, noon. Southwest is maturity, partnership, focus, refinement, and harvest. West is others, diplomacy, completion, sunset, receptivity. And northwest is integration, release, wisdom, redistribution, and dusk. Appendix B is computational notes. Coordinate transformation. Conversion from equatorial to local horizontal requires a local hour angle, the observer's latitude, and a standard spherical trigonometric formulae for altitude and azimuth. Most contemporary astrology programs perform this automatically once geographic coordinates and time are supplied. True north versus magnetic north. Local space azimuths are measured from true geographic north. When using a physical compass, magnetic declination for the site must be applied. Software maps should be set to true north orientation. In-house systems and local space. Some practitioners divide the local space circle into 12 directional houses beginning from the eastern horizon or from the north point. These are interpretive overlays and should not be confused with the ordinary ecliptic house system. All original technique definitions are formulated for this compendium and are intended for research use. In glossary of terms, so altitude, angular height of a celestial body above or below the local horizon ranges from below 90 degrees to above 90 degrees. Azimuth, the compass direction of a celestial body measured clockwise from true north along the horizon. Directional resonance vector, original term for a tight cluster of planets sharing a narrow azimuth sector indicating high potency compass bearing. Horizon trigger window, original time technique, the interval when a transiting planet crosses the local horizon at a natal local space azimuth. Local space chart, a chart that plots natal or event planets for their azimuth and optionally altitude for a specific geographic location. Meridian, the local north-south great circle passing through the zenith and nadir. Nadir is the point in the celestial sphere directly beneath the observer opposite the zenith. Topocentric is referred to a specific point on the Earth's surface as opposed to geocentric. Zenith is the point on the celestial sphere directly overhead for a given location. In local space node integration is the original method of viewing the lunar nodes as months as evolutionary and release directions on the local space map. Thanks for watching this video with peace and love, and I'll see you in the next one. Piscean out.